You people are able to see notes now?
Yes, sir.
Hello?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
You're able to
Yes,
see,
sir.
right? Okay, just yeah. So let us start the discussion with a few examples as a continuation of previous discussion, and then we will move on to the discussion on properties of systems and LTE systems. Okay, so let me tell in words or say in terms of picture. Yeah, okay. So assume that we right. So we have a signal x of n, okay, and this signal, this is just a recap or say follow-up discussion on the previous lecture. Okay, so let x of n is scaled, okay, by some 2 by 3, okay, and then shifted or advanced by 1 unit. Okay, so this is what are the operations to get y of n. So these are all just this is one signal, and output y of n is also a signal. Okay, so for simplicity, we may take x of t and y of t as well. Even though we mainly discuss on discrete signals, for simplicity of the discussion, we take here continuous time signal. Okay, for ease of example. So let x of t be like this. So it starts from like this. Okay, 0, and then it goes like this. Okay, up to 2, and this is 1. So now the question is, say I want to write y of t. This is x of t. Mathematically, if I want to write y of t, can some of you quickly tell, based on the discussion we had in the last class, what is y of t? Can I hear from some of you? What is y of t?
X of
X of 2 by 3.
Yeah, x
2 by
of
3.
2 by 3 into
X of 2 by 3.
Okay.
Into
Here,
t
scaled
minus
by
into
2
t
by
plus
3
1.
means what? See, scaled by 2 by 3 means what? So scaled by 2, you leave 2 by 3. We will bring in 2 by 3 later. Scaled by 2 means what? Huh?
Of 2t, sir. Scaled by 2.
Scaled by 2, okay. You can consider it as x of 2, but scaling, I am saying, for example, if a signal is there, if I say it is scaled by 2, okay, in my wording, scaled by 2 means actually 2 times it is stretched. Okay, that is my understanding. By 2 means, say it is stretched by 2 times. That means it varies from 0 to, okay, 4. So that's what so that is what here I mean by scaled by 2 times. Okay,
Then it's
so
x
how
of
do I write
t
this?
by 2.
is
X of how do I write this?
T by 2.
T by 2.
t by
Okay.
2.
Yeah, this is what in my terminology here I am using. Okay, given that, now can you tell what should I write here? X of
X of 3 by 2
3 by 2
of t
okay,
of
x of 3
t
by
plus
2.
1.
Okay,
Of t plus
and
1.
of
t
t plus 1.
T
of
plus 1.
t plus 1 or okay. So this is one way of writing. Is this correct? Or the question is x of okay 3 by 2 t plus 1. Is this correct?
First one.
First one is correct.
First one is correct, sir.
Yeah. So why do you think first one is correct? Oh, as we discussed in the last class, okay, the second operation, okay, influences only t, whereas first operation influences whole first t as well as the second operation. Okay, because it is done a priori. Okay, this influences both t and as well as the second operation as well. Okay, is it fine? So this is not correct. So this is not correct. Okay, this is correct. Fine. Is it clear to all or not?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Sir.
Sir.
So yeah, if it is correct, if I want to verify this, so can you quickly verify, one of you, and say, or can you tell now how to verify this? So I request any other student to speak out. So somebody has told this. Okay, I may or may not believe on this. So if I want to verify this, what should I do?
Sir, to check end limits.
Yeah, very good. To check limits. So how do I check? Just a simple check. So any another student. So if I want to check the limits of this, well, how do I check? Huh? Quickly, you should tell.
X of t at t is equal to 0.
T equal to
0 is equal to what? Is equal to?
X of t at t equal to -1.
Yeah, same student can tell. Y of t
At what?
T equal to 0.
at
T equal to
-1, sir.
no, you should tell
-1.
clearly. You should not tell -1 and t equal to 0 and so on. Correct? At this y of t at 3/2 into t plus 1. Okay, of t plus 1 equal to 0. Correct or not?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Oh, is it? Yeah, fine. So I will just erase this for the for getting better space for us. Okay. So now this is what? X of 0 is equal to y of what will happen now? -1. Okay. Similarly, see, similarly I will check the other limit. I request one of other student to check the other limit and tell what should I get? X of what will I get? Other limit. Any
Yes,
other
X
student?
of 2, sir. X of
X
2
of
equal to
X of 2 equal to
y of 2/3.
y of y,
2/3.
y of say where yeah, x
4/3
of t
minus
at
1.
t
1/3
equal to 2 is equal to y of t at t
equal to 1/3.
3/2 into t plus 1 is equal to 2. Is it not? So this is equal to x of 2 is equal to y of
1/3.
1/3. Yeah. Correct? Yeah. So now I see this is all fine. I have got the limits. This is first limit. Okay. So this is one limit and this is another limit. But the thing is, I just want to check whether this is pictorially, if I perform these operations in this sequence, do I get this or not? Okay. So I want to check here. So now I request one of the army officer to tell what should I do at the first operation. After first operation, what do I get? So assume that 0 is here. Anyway, 2 is here. And how does the signal change? I scale it by 2/3. How does the signal change? Request one of the army officer to tell. Even scale it by 2 means it is stretched by 2. That's what we decided. Or that is the terminology we're using. Okay. Scale it by 2/3 means what will happen to 0 location?
Sir, 0 to 4/3, sir.
Yeah, 0, it will remain as 0, fine. And I will stretch by 2/3, so 0 to 4/3, very good. So where it will be 4/3? So this is roughly 4/3 is lesser than
1.3 around, sir. 1.3.
yeah, so it is lesser than 2. So it will come like this. Okay, so 4/3. So it is slightly greater than 1, in fact. So it's not even up to here. Yeah, we will just put, for ease of notation, we'll put 2 here. Okay, fine. So now this is what we have got. Okay, so now this is anyway 2/3. Half of this, correct? So now the next question. So another army officer requested to tell. Oh, so this is after, okay, scale by 2 by 3. Okay. Now what we wish to do is the next operation, that is advance by 1 unit. Okay. Advance means in which direction do we go?
We'll go towards negative axis.
Yeah.
Axis.
So we,
Let's-
yeah, 0 starts a priori. Okay, that is advance. Okay. So now, so where should I start now? So the signal advance by 1 unit means where will it where the first
-1.
non-zero, yeah, at -1. Okay, so at -1, and then up to where should I go? What is the end point?
1 by 3, sir.
Yeah, very good. So it will be 1 by 3. My scales may not be very accurate, but I think it's okay. Hope you can understand. Okay, so whatever we have got is here. These are all agreeing, right? So you can see that this is one endpoint and this is another endpoint. Okay, so this is, though I think we discussed 1 or 2 examples here. In many of the, say, the interviews or many of the situations, when you are suddenly asked, there is a good confusion on writing this, whether you should advance first or whether you should scale first and so on. Okay, so hope this clarifies all those things. So is it fine? Shall we move on to another set of discussions?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Okay. So now let us get back to discrete signals that we have been discussing. Okay. So let us discuss on the discrete signals. See, we have discussed some of the basic signals starting from impulse signal, step signal, and then what other signals did we discuss?
Ramp signal.
Ramp
Ramp signal.
Yeah,
Sinus.
and then sinusoidal
Sinusoidal.
signal.
Saddle
So
signal.
I will put it say S of n, even though it is not very good notation. Okay. So and then we have discussed up to that. So we will discuss now exponential signals as well. So can you define exponential signal? Real exponentials. Discrete exponentials. So how do they look like? X of n equal to any discrete exponential signal. You should tell one of you, I expect that.
X of n equal to e power alpha n.
Okay, so you can tell e power alpha n or simply a power n. Also you can tell. And if you would like to have a signal only after 0, then it a power n u of n. Okay, so this is one example of discrete exponential signal. Fine, is it correct or not? So it is a decaying exponential if mod a is
Less than 1, sir.
yeah, less than 1, correct. Okay, so now let us have the this is say I am assuming that a is also real here. Okay, so real exponential, then it becomes real exponential. If a is complex, then it becomes complex exponential. Okay, so we would also wish to have a complex exponential and exponential, a combination of exponential signals and sinusoidal signals. How do we write it? A power n, or say I will consider complex cases, complex exponential. So I can write it as, so
Mod A
let the
e power
complex
j.
number be okay, j alpha. So as you said, mod c and j alpha, let this be complex number. So I can keep whole power n into e power j omega naught n. Okay, this is a complex exponential signal. Fine. Is it fine or not? So we can write this anyway in different ways. This mod C and so on. This itself you can consider it as a power n. Okay. And then assume that if a is positive, then this is a power n we consider, and e power j alpha times n into e power j omega naught n. Okay. A power n e power j alpha plus omega naught j omega naught. Okay, so I think okay. So here if we consider it this as a complex number, j will come. Otherwise, j will not come. Okay.
J double is there, sir. I think it is only
Yeah,
one.
yeah. We will remove here. So let this be only real part. Let this be complex signal. Then j will remove here. Yeah. Okay. So anyway, this can take different forms. So essentially what we would like to see is x of n can be something like a power n cos omega naught n if we consider only the real term of this, or a power n into e power j omega naught n. Okay. And so on. Okay. Where you have the even u of n also can be there if you would like to consider a causal signal. Fine. See, can some of you tell, is there any difference? Let us take a simple exponential, complex exponential signal, e power j omega naught n. So how do I write it? How do I write this? Hope you people know, right? E power j omega naught n. How do I write this?
Cos omega naught n plus j sin omega naught n.
Plus j times sin omega naught n. Okay. So now what we wish to see is, say between the x of t and x of n in complex exponentials, do you think is there any difference? So is there any difference between a complex continuous time complex exponential signal and discrete time complex exponential signal? Yeah, those who know should tell quickly.
Yeah, for a discrete signal, time period is, it not access all values, but continuous signal, t can be anything.
Okay.
Yes, sir. Time period.
You
yeah,
ask.
what I'm.
Yeah, fine. I request one of your friend to tell whether it is clear to him or not. Whatever you have discussed.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, if it is not clear, clarify. Another student also can clarify, or you can also clarify. One subtle difference we would like to see between these two. So we wish to discuss more on this complex exponential signal, e power j omega naught n, because I think most of the discrete time signal processing deals with the complex exponential signals, right? As you people know to some extent. Okay, so we would like to understand or see about some of the properties of this before moving on to the systems. So I can just expand this as 2 pi into f naught into n. This also I can write. Fine, but I just want to find some properties of the signal. So any quick comments? Okay, so we start with one property. Periodicity we would like to discuss. Yeah. So is this signal periodic, or how to tell whether this signal is periodic or not? So you consider this on one side. You can consider x of n equal to, for ease of understanding, cos omega naught n. You just take the real part. That is on another side. Okay. So is this signal periodic or not? I want to tell. How do I tell? Now you should be able to answer. No answer? Let's discuss about cos omega naught n. So how to tell whether this signal is periodic or not?
So the frequency must be a rational number.
If what I think, who is this? Niharika?
Yes, sir. Frequency
Yeah.
must be a rational number.
Okay, very good. So what we are saying is 2 pi f naught into n. So this f naught is a rational number. Okay, so that's what you are telling, right?
Yes, sir.
Very good. But I
Yes,
think
sir. It should be a rational number.
yeah, very good. The answer is correct, but I would like to approach this step by step. So suddenly if you tell that, I may or may not understand. I don't know whether all your friends have understood or not.
Yes, sir.
Sir,
Yeah.
cos of omega naught n is equal to cos of omega naught n plus n with periodicity of n.
So
Then it will be
what I
periodic.
should be able to write is, say cos omega naught n. Okay, so is periodic. Any discrete signal is periodic if n plus n. With yeah, if it is correct, you should tell correct. Okay, otherwise you should tell yeah, not correct or not understood. Periodic with
Period n. Capital N.
yeah, very good. So it is periodic with a period n. Okay.
Period n.
So yeah, just 1 minute. Hello.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, there was an interruption, I hope, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah, fine. Okay, I am sharing now again the screen.
Okay, sir.
Yeah. So you're able to see the screen now or not?
Yes, sir. Able to see, sir.
Okay. So this is periodic with period n, and now we would like to use it here. So what we say here is just 1 minute. I am fixing the pen. Yeah, okay. So cos of here, so we will use 2 pi f naught, okay, into n plus n, okay, is equal to what we are saying is cos of 2 pi f naught, okay, into n, okay. So when will this happen? When will this happen for a cos signal?
2 pi f naught into
Yeah,
capital
2 pi f naught into n, okay, has to be, sorry, capital N has to be what?
2 pi, sir.
Yeah, either 2 pi or integral multiple of 2 pi.
Yes,
Is it fine or not? Okay. So those who have not not very clear with this should be able to understand. So if there is any difficulty in understanding, you should immediately tell. So f naught has to be m by n, okay, where m and both are integers. Okay, so that's what Niharika said at the beginning, like f naught equal to m by n. Okay, as a rational number. Fine or not? So if it is periodic only if, okay, cos omega naught n, where omega naught has this form and f naught is rational number. Okay, fine. So what do you think is the condition here for this to be periodic? Now let us come to the discussion on complex exponential. Now let us come. So will you be able to tell here or not?
Yes, sir. Omega naught by 2 pi, it should be a rational
Omega naught by 2 pi has to be a rational number. Even
number.
right. Even here it should be a rational number. Right. So here also omega naught by 2 pi is equal to m by n. Okay, or so f naught equal to, anyway, implies f naught equal to m by n. Okay, fine. So now let me give some examples. Okay, and I request, say, one of the army officer to tell whether the example I have given is periodic or not. X of n is equal to so is this periodic signal? Request either Pradeep or Girish to tell. Is this a periodic signal?
Yes, sir, it is periodic.
Okay. So why do you think this is periodic?
Because here, sir, omega naught is 2 pi, f naught is 2, f naught is 2 divided by 2 pi, 1 upon pi is rational number.
Okay. So may I know who is telling this?
Girish, sir.
Yeah, Girish, good. So here, see, let us write very specifically. So omega naught here is equal to what? 2. Okay. So, but what we need, so is omega naught by 2 pi, okay, is equal to 2 by 2 pi, is equal to 1 by pi. Is this a rational number? Is this a rational number?
It is not a rational number.
Right, it is not a rational number because pi itself is not a rational number. Okay.
Yes, sir, I
So-
correct myself, sir. Yes, irrational
Yeah.
number.
Right, right. So this is not periodic. This is not periodic now. Okay. So now, so I will give another example. Request now Pradeep to tell. Cos, okay. So is this periodic signal? Is this periodic signal? Is Pradeep there?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So is this periodic signal?
No, sir, it's not.
Yeah, it's not because omega naught by 2 pi. Again, if you wish to see here, it is root 2 pi.
1 by under root 2 is irrational, sir.
Yeah, root 2 is not rational. So non-periodic. Yeah, now request Manmeet to tell x of n. I will give a combination of two
Some-
signals.
So Major Manmeet is not present, so he's traveling to Tirupati, so he's en route. He informed
Okay,
me to
fine. It's
inform.
okay. Yeah, sure. Yeah. Okay. So now I request any MTech student to answer. So those who have not spoken today, is this periodic? Say first signal we first discuss, second signal then we will discuss. First signal, is this periodic?
Yes, sir. It's period.
This is
Period.
periodic. Yeah, what is the period? Period of this signal.
Eight,
What?
sir.
It is
Eight.
8. So how do you tell that this is 8? So 8 you are telling. Okay. So how do you tell that this is 8?
Sir, 2 pi by 3 by 4 pi into some integer we have to consider, sir.
Okay.
Then 2 pi
So
2 pi will cancel
essentially,
and yeah.
yeah,
We get
tell.
so we get 3 by 8. So to become a, so we should take 8. N is 1 is equal to 8.
Yeah. So this is this Anjana. Who is this telling?
So Niharika.
Niharika, you have spoken already.
Niharika.
So I request someone who has not spoken to answer. So
Period
what,
is 8 for 3 cycles. 3 by
Yeah.
8 means
right. So what you will be getting is the same thing. You can write it as, see, something I should finally able to write. So when I write, so into 2 pi I should be able to write. Okay. So this I may put finally n here. Okay. But this n is an integer. Okay. And into 2 pi I should be able to write. Okay. So to bring this from here, see, when I do x of n plus n, okay, so what will happen? Cos of 3 by 4 pi into n plus n will come. Okay, so here cos of 3 by 4 into pi into n plus 3 by 4 pi into capital N will come. See, this essentially has to be what for periodic nature of cosine signal. This has to be 2 pi or integer multiple of 2 pi. Okay, so you should express this in terms of 2 pi into n somehow. Okay, or so finally with integer n there should be a 2 pi term here. Okay, so to get that, what you need is here n1 equal to 8. If you bring n1 equal to 8, this will go off and there will be only integer term into 2 pi. Fine. Hope this discussion is understood for all. And n2, I request those who have not spoken. I am not able to see comfortably the names and so on. So I request those who have not spoken today to tell what is n2.
N2 is 16.
16, 16, right?
Yes, sir.
Very good. Yeah, very good. Who is this?
Anjana.
Yeah, fine, good. No, so this is 16. Now I want to tell overall periodicity.
it's 16.
16,
Yeah,
sir.
it is periodic with period 16. It is usually considered as LCM. Okay,
Yes,
between
LCM.
N1 and N2. Okay. Okay. So this is how we find. Okay, so I hope the periodicity discussions are fine. Okay, I leave it at this point. See, one more thing that I will not specifically discuss other differences between the discrete exponential and the like continuous time exponentials. But you can see that for each different t, say ranging t from 1, 2, 3, okay, or 2.3, 2.5, also for each different t, this exponential signal is different. But whereas here, what will happen to the discrete exponentials? So will all the for all different values of f naught, okay, do you get different exponentials?
I guess no,
Hmm?
sir.
No. So it will repeat after f naught becomes f naught plus 2 pi. Okay. So whenever there is a, so our omega naught equal to omega naught plus 2 pi, or no, whenever you get a omega naught that is with a plus or minus 2 pi k, you will get the same exponential signal again. Okay. So you can only get a limited frequencies, as you can see. Okay. So now that's why the discussion on whichever I have given previously, say x of n is equal to cos omega naught n. Okay. Or cos 2 pi f naught n. Okay. For, or we have written for different values of f naught we would like to consider. So I have to explicitly put that k times f naught n. Okay. So here we better write fn. Okay. Omega n. Omega can be anything. And here also f can be anything. Okay. Here I am saying k times f naught n. F is equal to k times f naught n. If we consider this signal, okay. So, and if you have seen, say, if this omega f or f varies from 0, okay, pi by 2, and then pi, or 3 pi by 2, and 2 pi, and so on. Okay, if you put different values for this, in fact, this omega naught, okay, if this omega takes ranging from 0, pi by 2, pi, 3 pi by 2, 2 pi, etc. And for different values of n, if you have plotted, you could have seen which is the high frequency in this. Say if omega takes either of these values, okay, to plot x of n equal to cos omega n, okay, which is high frequency and which is low frequency here? So omega equal to 0, is it low frequency or high frequency? Omega equal to pi by 2, how do you characterize it? Omega equal to pi, how do you characterize it? Is it low frequency or high frequency? Again, omega equal to 3 pi by 2, omega equal to 2 pi, how do you characterize it? Can any of you quickly tell? Which is high frequency among all these things?
3 pi by 2.
3 pi by 2
3
is
pi by
high frequency, is it?
Yes.
Okay, let us start from omega equal to 0. How will it look like? Say I will just take n, as I said, I will take n equal to 0 to 7. Okay, 8 samples. So I will not be plotting whole things, but because I just want to give a glimpse of it. And so on up to 7. Okay. So how does it look like, the signal x of n for omega equal to 0 and n equal to 1 to 8? How does this look like, x of n? Yeah, quick answer is required. What you people are thinking? It is cos of what?
0.
0.
0. It is 1 for any? For any?
N value.
Yeah, any n value. So it doesn't depend upon n. So it's all 1. Hope the discussion is clear, right? So what I'm trying to do is, see, if I vary, see in cos omega n, if I vary this frequency term, right? So if I vary this, which is high frequency, which is low frequency, and so on, I would like to understand. Okay. How do I want to understand? By putting this k term, and f naught I can keep from, or this, say f naught equal to 1 if I put, for example. Okay. And then this k varies from 0, 1, 2, and so on up to, say, probably 7. Okay, like that I'm varying. So, and then I'm trying to see. But this f naught, instead of saying 1, I would say 1 by 8. Because I think, because I'm considering different values of k here, I would like to have a, like f naught into k in a fractional form, or in a, say, in this way. Omega I would like to get in this way, finally. Okay. So, for which value of, say, if I want to get 3 by 2, which value of f naught is anyway fixed? F naught for all is 1 by 8. Assume that I fixed. What do you think is the value of k for correspond to get omega equal to 3 by 2? if I wish to get omega equal to 3 by 2 with f naught equal to 1 by 8, what should be the value of k? No answer? Hmm? Yeah, is the discussion clear or not? Omega, how do I write in terms of f naught, k and so on? 2 pi into k by 8. Is this correct or not? If I substitute f naught, what is omega? 2 pi k by 8. Is it clear or not? I should hear. Okay, so I'm not able to see even your contacts now.
Yes, sir, it is clear.
Yeah, you should tell. Okay, some of you should tell. And that too, every time, same student also should not tell. Yeah. Okay, so this is omega equal to 2 pi k by 8. Fine. So for what value of k do I get 3 pi by 2?
So k would be
Then
6.
K would be 6. Okay, very good. K is 6. If k equal to 6, then what I will get? Yeah, 3 by k by 2. Right. So like that. So like that, for different values of k, I will be getting these things. K equal to 0 here. K equal to probably 2 here. Okay, k equal to 4 here, and so on. K equal to 8 here. Okay, this is just put like this. So this is how I just want to see which is a high frequency. See, f naught I'm varying here. Sorry, f naught I'm not varying. The omega frequency I'm varying here. Putting just a normalization term as f naught. Okay. So I would like to see how does the discrete frequencies look like. Which is a high frequency in discrete case. See, if I just do give a understanding of why this discussion is important. See, if you have x of t, okay, which is equal to cos omega naught t, omega t otherwise. What is high? Say, what is the high frequency when you say that the signal is of high frequency? I would like to get some answer.
So when we have value of omega high, sir, we'll have a high
Yeah,
frequency signal.
yeah, right. Omega is high. Say, for example, omega is high. Oh, so you say that it is high frequency. Okay. So omega being high is implies high frequency. This is very clear in continuous time signals. But whereas in discrete signals, I am saying that it will not be like that. Because the discrete signals will repeat after every 2 pi frequency. So omega equal to 0, omega equal to 2 pi are in some sense equivalent. Okay, you can see later. So cos omega, when now if I consider cos omega n, okay, omega equal to 0 and omega equal to 2 pi are equivalent. Again 4 pi it is equivalent. So it will not exactly follow, okay, same same trend as the continuous time signals. So now tell me, okay, now tell me, so how does cos, so the second case where it is pi by 2, omega equal to pi by 2 looks like? Those who have plotted, you can see your plots and tell. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Tell. So we will try to plot quickly and complete this discussion. Okay. So now let me start again 0 here and 7 here. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, let this be like this. Now, so pi by 2 cos. So this is x of n is equal to cos pi by 2n because omega itself is pi by 2. Okay, so how does this look like? For n equal to 0, quickly you should tell. N equal to 0 it is
1.
1. Okay, next student. For n equal to 4, we will directly go to 4.
1, sir.
1, sir.
1. But in between, is there anything happened? N equal to
Yes, sir.
2?
2
N
minus
equal
1.
to Yeah, very good. It's -1. Okay. And then again at n equal to 6,
6
Minus
minus 1.
n equal to probably 8.
+1.
Yeah. Okay. So in this 0 to 7, if you consider only up to here, it will be there. Okay. So here also 1. So up to here only of importance for us. But anyway, let us see if we would like to consider other things. Right. So now let us see. Let us have the next frequency, cos of pi n. Okay. Those again who have plotted can tell very quickly how will be cos of pi n.
-1, 1 minus 1, 1 minus 1. Like that.
Yeah, very good. So it will be 1 minus 1, 1 minus 1. Okay, 1 minus 1. Okay, 1 minus 1, 1 minus 1, 1. Fine. 0 to 7. Okay, next. Next, what is the next signal? X of n is equal to cos of 3 pi by 2n. How this will be? Can anyone guess?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, how will it be?
1 0 minus 1 0, sir, again.
No, no, I wish somebody else to answer, but without plotting this, how will it be? Can you write in terms of cos of 2 pi minus, okay, pi by 2n? Can you write like this or not?
Yes, sir, I can write.
Yeah. So then how can I simplify this? Will it be equal to cos pi by 2n? Hmm? Yes or no? Is this answer yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So you can easily write like that. So we will skip those things. Okay. It looks roughly similar to yeah, you can mute those who are not answering. Please mute. Okay. So it is similar to cos pi by 2n. Similarly, again, x of n. Other one we will consider. X of n equal to cos 2 pi into n. What is that similar to? Omega equal to 2 pi case is similar to what? Yeah, tell quickly. Even for this, if you are taking this much time, what do we discuss in class?
Constants, all the samples will be 1. Hello, sir, are you there?
I think there is audio problem.
Hello.
Hello, sir. Hello.
Yeah, is the connection has lost again, right? Now
Yes,
is
sir.
it
Yes, sir.
audible?
Voice is breaking.
Your voice is not clear, sir.
Hello.
Yeah, sir. Your voice is not clear, sir.
Voice is breaking.
Now it's okay, sir. Now it's okay.
Okay. Just a minute. Okay. Hello. Hello, is it audible now?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah, fine. So it is well audible, right? So
Yeah, sir. Audible, sir. But that much not clear,
right.
sir.
Fine.
Your voice.
Okay. Okay. So I'm sharing the screen. You tell, and in case if there is a consistent issue of
Okay, sir. Okay, sir.
yeah. Yeah. Just 1 minute. No, there is some. So what you are able to see now is on the screen something you are seeing.
No, sir. So it is nothing is shared, sir. No information on the screen,
Okay, I
sir.
will just try. Okay. Now you are able to see.
Now it's okay, sir.
Hello.
Yeah, sir.
And going ahead. So what is cos 2
Hello?
into n? No, it is equal to. Yeah, is it audible or not?
All the values will be 1, sir.
Yeah, so it is equal to cos 0 into n. Okay. So it resumes back to all 1. Okay. So now given this, okay. So which do you think is the highest frequency here? So is cos, say this is corresponding to, this corresponds to the case when omega equal to 0, omega equal to pi by 2, and this is omega equal to pi. Okay, and omega equal to, okay, 3 pi by 2, will be similar to cos omega equal to pi by 2 case. Okay, and then omega equal to 2 pi is equal to omega equal to 0 case. Fine or not? This is what we have seen or discussed so far. And now among these things, which do you think is high frequency? Yeah, I wish somebody who has not answered quickly answer this. Request to mute in case if you are not discussing.
Omega.
But yeah,
Omega equal to
answer
pi.
when omega equal to pi. Why do you think that this is high frequency?
So rate of change is high. 1 to
Yeah,
minus.
rate of change. So if you fit with a, in fact, a sinusoid, okay, this is all zero constant signal. So I will just try to plot a, this is all constant signal. Okay, constant signal. Whereas this, if you feel, okay, so it can be fitted with a sinusoid of this sort. Okay, so even though we are not exactly, if you consider continuous signal, there may be these are samples of continuous signal. If you consider, then this is the corresponding continuous signal you may get. Okay, of a sinusoid of this nature. Okay, and here what will be the sinusoid? Okay, sinusoid is of this nature. That's what I wanted you people to plot and verify. Okay, so these inferences you could have drawn, okay, if you have plotted and thought a little bit more. Fine. So which is high frequency now among these things? Omega equal to
Pi.
Pi.
Yeah, this is the high frequency. Which is low frequency? Which is low frequency?
To 0.
Yeah, this is the low frequency.
Omega equal to 0, sir.
Yeah, right. And these are all the intermediate frequencies in between. Okay, for any of the discrete signals, you can see that the omega or omega naught, if I consider it as cos omega naught n equal to pi is high frequency, omega naught equal to 0 or omega equal to 0 is low frequency. Okay, so that you can observe with any of the sinusoidal or exponential signals as well. Because the exponential signal also follows the same trend, except that it will have a real and imaginary components. Okay, fine.
Yes, sir.
So yeah, now I said we have another definition of frequency. What do you think is another definition of frequency here? One is this is low frequency you are saying, and this is high frequency you are saying, because based on the rate of change. Any other way of
Rate of change of
defining the
amplitudes.
Yeah, rate of change of amplitudes. So any other way of defining the frequency here?
Number of samples, sir.
Yeah, number of
Samples.
It's a discrete frequency I would like to define. What is discrete frequency? So in fact, this, if you go to any R&D organization, this is also one of the important questions people usually ask. What is discrete frequency? I will write here itself. So what is discrete frequency now? By looking at this, you can tell.
Rate of change of samples.
That is fine. So that is one example, one definition. Okay, rate of change of sample amplitudes. Okay, this is one thing. Okay, for a sinusoidal signal, you can define it even better because this is a discrete sinusoid, right? For a sinusoidal signal, you can define better. So is there any other way of defining it? The number of, you know, right? What is the conventional definition of frequency of a sinusoid?
Number of cycles per second.
Right, number of
Use the
cycles per
frequency.
second. Here, number of cycles per sample. Okay, or number of cycles per a set of samples. That is also a, see here, number of cycles is 0. If I consider 7 samples, how many cycles are there? One complete cycle is there. Okay, and another complete cycle is there. Roughly, I think you can consider 1.5 cycles here. Okay, here how many cycles are there? One complete cycle is there, two complete cycles are there, and then so some 2.75 cycles. Fine. If you consider 8 samples, there are 3 cycles here. 1, 2, 3 cycles. Here 1, 2 cycles. 8 samples if you consider. Okay, 0 to 8, for example, if you consider 2 cycles, here 2 cycles, here 0 cycles. Please mute those who are not discussing. Okay, so I will write here 0 cycles. Okay, this is some different color. So this is 2 cycles per 8 samples, roughly. Okay, here how many cycles are there in this? 3 cycles. 8 samples. Okay, this is another way of defining the frequency. Fine or not? Is there any other way of defining frequency here? See, these are all important concepts when you deal with different kind of signals. Even when you do image processing, when you do signal processing, okay, these will occur somewhere or the other. So, is there any other definition? The other definition is number of zero crossings of the signal. Okay, underlying continuous signal, if you see, how many number of zero crossings are there in this? So this is the continuous signal. So how many number of zero crossings are there here? See, continuous signal, did it cross 0? 0 means 0 axis. Did it cross any time? In the first case?
No, sir.
It didn't cross at all.
No, sir.
In the second case, how many times it crossed? 1, 2, 3, 4 times it crossed.
3.
Okay, here 4. Here you can consider that 4 zero crossings. In this signal, in the third signal, how many times zero crossings are there?
6, sir.
6.
Yeah. In the third signal, 4 zero crossings here. It is how many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 zero crossings. Okay, so more number of zero crossings, more is the frequency. Okay, that is another way of defining frequency. Okay, but the absolute best definition is rate of change of samples, amplitudes. Okay, with time or with the variable, with the independent variable. Okay, for sinusoidal signals, number of cycles per some sample people call. Okay, cycles per sample is also a good definition for frequency. Okay, so is this discussion clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, fine. So anyway, we will stop the discussion here, and in the next class we will discuss about the properties of systems and LTE systems. So I request each of you to go through the notes I have shared. Okay, see, for these kind of lectures, recorded lectures giving is not very good option. Later I thought the reason is, see, if I tell this, if you once listen, you feel that everything is understood. It's all clear. Okay, no doubts at all. Just by listening once, you consider that you are done. But now when I discuss in the class, when I ask so many questions, so you yourself will know whether the concepts are clear or not clear. Okay, and so on. Okay, and moreover, since I have shared the notes and you are very clear on what topics I will be discussing, okay, you better go through the notes and come to the class. Okay, because in the class, as this is a revision topics, I will not have the freedom to discuss all the things, even that are there in the notes. Okay, so even in the notes, they may not be very exhaustive study of all these things, because there also it was a review, but still little more better discussion or more rigorous discussion with more examples will be there in notes. So if once you study and come here, then you will be able to answer my questions in the class better, quickly. And we also will be able to discuss more and more things in the class. Okay, and then we will be able to quickly wind up on the revisions and move on to the discussion on the new topics. So is this clear?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
So for the next class, I request you people to study properties of systems nodes and LTI system properties nodes and come to the class. Okay?
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, sure. So now we will stop this lecture at this point of time. Okay. So, and if you have any questions, you can ask now. Yeah, request to ask if you have any questions now.
Sir,
Yeah.
sir, next time we are writing notes, I mean, cursor size, try to increase it, sir. It is not visible actually.
Okay.
Cursor.
Cursor size means the notes itself is small or?
No. The pointer what you are using. Where you are pointing something, but it is not visible. That is actually it is in same color, sir. White color. It is you are taking cursor color also. So it is.
No.
Yeah.
You are seeing all through white color, is it, in the notes I have written?
No. The ink, but cursor, sir. What the pen you are using, that one, sir.
Yeah.
While explaining diagrams, you are asking that omega is 0 and omega pi by 2. Where you are asking it is not exactly clear, sir. That.
Yeah. But the thickness is fine. Is the
Yeah,
thickness
thickness
of
is.
the?
Yes, sir. That is
So he's
fine.
talking about the pointer you are using. So when you're pointing to a
Yeah, that
particular
won't
thing,
be
we are not
visible.
able to see where you are pointing.
Yeah, that
The
won't be
pointer is not
visible,
visible.
Madan.
That
It will
won't be
not be
visible, sir.
visible.
Okay.
No, it won't be visible unless I complete writing, or at least I write a part of it. You won't be able to see where I'm writing.
Yeah.
So
Okay,
even if I make video on you, it won't be visible.
Okay, sir.
So yeah, so that is the nature of these cursors. So pointers.
Yeah.
It's not like a blackboard where you can see very clearly where I am and where my hand is.
Yes.
We can request you to make a underline notes wherever you are pointing. So if you underline that thing, so we'll be able to grasp it.
That is good, sir.
Yeah. Oh, fine. So in a written notes, okay, fine. That's your point. Okay. So after writing, if I am referring to something, it is not clear where I am referring. Correct?
Yes, sir. Exactly. Yes, sir.
Right. So I will underline or I will put another pointer there. Okay, good. So there I will try to find out a pointer. So that is not a problem.
Yes, sir.
So when I'm not writing but discussing on something, I can point through some pointer. So there will be some pointer for it.
Yes.
Yeah, anyway, so hope this class is clear overall. Because I think this is first experimentation for me on iPad. Okay, and this there are so many things. Even this pen is now and then I need to fix it. It's a low-end pen. So we'll freeze the things little slowly. But I think to the for time being, I think we have some setup now for better notes.
Yes.
Yeah. I think you are able to see. Let us see the recorded lecture how it comes. If it that also comes good, I think we are fine. So we will be able to comfortably discuss with the notes and other things. Yeah. So any other questions or any other comments?
Yes, sir. Coming to the MATLAB, I mean, we access to that, but we don't know what are the packages we have to install. If we selecting all, it is coming to 30 GB and all. So what exactly? Yeah. So what? Yeah.
So you can talk to Sumant on that. So you
Yeah,
have Sumant's number.
actually what I suggest is like all the packages named as something like signal processing, image processing, machine learning, you can select them. Like you by name itself, you will be able to figure out which package is useful for you. So coming to this, don't install Simulink and all, because Simulink is a very heavy package and that as of now it is not needed to you. So just out of approximately 200 or 300 packages will be there. So out of those only 50 will be useful for you right now. So install them only.
50 or 15?
Like I exactly don't know the number, but by name itself you can figure it out which package is useful for you.
Yes, sir. Yeah, Simulink and all coming like it's like 20 GB and all.
Simulink is a very heavy package, so don't install that.
Yeah, right. Only MATLAB and some other like image processing tools are there.
Yeah,
like 6 or 7 are there only. Deep learning, vision, and I mean, and all there.
Yeah,
right.
all those you can install.
Yes, sir.
Signal and image and machine learning, you can install all of them.
Yeah. Okay, sir.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah. So if you have still any specific questions or doubts, you can even WhatsApp him or so message him quickly to get the answers or talk to him.
Yes, sir.
Right? Yeah.
Yes, sir.
So fine. Are there any other things to discuss? So anyway, overall in the class, it's okay. So we are going in little slow pace, but I think it should be fine. So in the class, when we are discussing, it doesn't appear like low pace, right? So how is the pace in the class?
Okay, sir. Good, sir.
Okay, fine, good. So if you answer quickly, I will move on also quickly. So because I think, see, even during the introduction and say the topics review, so now itself, if you people are not able to quickly answer, okay, there is no point in moving. So later also I expect, even though now I'm asking, we are reviewing, but later also the it will be roughly similar. I will ask questions, those I will put the questions such that you will be able to answer based on your previous background. Okay, so even for the new topics that we will be discussing. Okay, so anyway, you should some material I will give before for reading and coming. If in case if it is completely new topic, then I will record and give. Okay, so but if it is not a complete new topic, then mostly I will try to probe in the class with giving the notes or some background on it or which topic I will be discussing, and we will should be able to follow it up and complete the discussion in the class reasonably well. Fine?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, thanks then. Thank you. Bye.
Bye.
Thank you.
Yeah.